The Battle of Haldighati. Now, no, the screen, I think, yeah. Though the Mughals had captured Chittor, the capital of Mewar, in 1568, the larger part of the kingdom of Mewar was still held by Maharana Uddhav Singh. Okay, Uday Singh. The coronation of his brave and heroic son, Rana Pratap Singh, who is also known as Maharana Pratap, took place on 3rd of March 1572 amidst depressive circumstances. Against such odds as limited resources, discontented kingship, and hostile attitude of his brother Shakti Singh, Maharana Pratap decided to stand up to Akbar. Now, basically, see, we all know that the Mughals wanted to capture the Chittor, which is the capital of Mewar, right? Now, Mewar, it was a very large kingdom. Now, this was held by whom? By Maharana Uday Singh. And after him, it was taken up by whom? Please underline Rana Pratap Singh. Okay. Who is Rana Pratap Singh? Rana Pratap Singh is the son of
Maharana Uday Singh.
very good, Maharana Uday Singh. Now, see, when he took up the charge as the king, so at that time, the atmosphere, the attitude of the people was not so happy. You know, there was discontent among his own brothers also, right? What is the name of his brother? Shakti Singh. Okay, but although there were the circumstances were not good and the circumstances were very depressive, still, you know, Maharana Pratap Singh, what did he say, decided that he's going to stand up against Akbar. Okay, he's going to give a tough time to Akbar and he's going to fight with Akbar. Clear? Understood?
Ma'am, even though there were problems in his own family, ma'am, he still
Yes,
thought of doing it. Ma'am.
he still thought of fighting with the enemy. All right, even when he took up the kingship during a very depressive circumstances, still he thought that he is going to he's going to give a tough time to his enemy Akbar. Now this was on one hand what was happening with Maharana Pratap Singh, right? Now, on the other hand, Akbar was also worried about the resistance of Mewar. So, what did he do? To subdue the Rajput resurgence at all cost, he dispatched, this is important, please underline, he dispatched a huge royal army under the command of Prince Man Singh of Amber and Asif Ali. Okay, so see, on one hand, we can see Maharana Pratap, he still stood up to give a tough time to Akbar. But on the other side, on the other hand, we can see that Akbar was also ready, very worried for capturing Mewar. And for that purpose, what did Akbar do? He had dispatched a huge army, royal army of his own royal army. Under whose leadership? Under the leadership
Prince Man Singh.
Prince Man Singh and Asaf Ali. Okay, and Asaf Ali. Please underline this. So can you see on one hand, from one hand the force was coming and from the other hand also the force was coming. Can you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now, and now we know that okay, this is how the battle now will start. Can you see how the from the other end Akbar has already sent the army. Now Man Singh started off from Mandalgarh towards Gokonda through Modinagar and encamped facing the Haldighati between the Aravali Hills and the Khamnor village on the south bank of the river Bees. So where did Man Singh till? Okay, see, he took his army, royal army, along with under the orders of Akbar. Who took it? Prince Man Singh. Prince Man Singh. Now,
okay,
where did they reach? Which place?
Ma'am, they started from Mandalghar and then went towards the Goganda. through the
till
Modi Nagar, and then they made a camp facing the Haldighati, which was
yes,
between the Aravali Hills and
Aravalli
the
Hills and the
Komnor village on the
village.
south bank of the river Bees.
Rivers. Yes, very good. And that is the reason this battle is called as Battle of Haldighati because of the based upon the place where they had fought. Okay, so this place, remember this place, Haldighati. Where is Haldighati located?
Ma'am,
It is
between the Aravali Hills and the
Aravali.
Komnor
Very
village.
good. Between the Aravali Hills and the Kamnor village. Okay. Now, have you all understood till your children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now when Maharana Pratap saw the approaching Mughal army, he assembled his army on both sides of the narrow pass. The thickly forested hilly road was so narrow that two riders could barely pass through side by side. Maharana selected this strategically located spot to face the Mughal army. Why he selects? See, basically, when see, we already know that the Mughal army was had already approached or under the leadership of Prince Mansingh. When Maharana Pratap saw that okay, the Mughal army is approaching, so what he also took up, he also was ready with his own army. But he strategically took the path where at one time only two riders could pass side by side, so that the road was so narrow. Why did he do that? We
Ma'am,
will see that.
he did that, ma'am, so that if it is narrow, ma'am, the army of Akbar, ma'am, it can come very slowly,
Very
ma'am.
good,
So till
beautiful
that time,
done.
they can only win the match.
Yes. Apart from that, Akbar's royal army was quite larger as compared to Maharana Pratap's army. It was very small. Okay, so this was the reason, compared to the Mughal army. So that's the reason he chose this narrow path. All right. See over
Ma'am,
here.
he got
Why
the
here?
geographical. He
See
got the
here.
geographical advantage.
Yes, correct. He took the geographical advantage. Correct. Now, see over here, the reason is given. Why he took up such narrow spot as compared with the size of the Mughal army, the Maharana's army was, uh, just a second. Yeah. Can I continue? Yeah. So, see, can you see he took this geographical location as a strategy. Why? Because his army was comparatively very small as compared to the Mughal
Akbar,
army.
Mughal
Okay?
army.
But the Rajputs had courage and patriotic zeal. Moving forward from the Haldi Ghati, the Rana launched a direct attack on the Mughal troops. The attack. So who attacked first?
The Rajputs
On whom?
on the Mughal army.
On the Mughal army. Okay. Now the attack was so vehement that it made short work on the left and front side phalanxes of the Mughal army, while the middle and the right phalanxes were disarray. The Rana did not have any additional troop to take advantage of the initial successes. Hence, to bring about a quick defeat to Mughal army, what did Maharana do? Rana launched an attack with the elephant. So now we have reached a time where the battle have already started. All right, where the Rajputs defeated first, and definitely the Mughal will also react to it. But in between, what strategy did Maharana use?
Ma'am,
Although
he suddenly used the troops, ma'am, and it was a direct attack and a sudden
Mhm.
attack for the Mughal army, ma'am.
Correct,
So, ma'am,
correct.
he could have taken the initiative of it and could have won, but the troops he had, ma'am, he did not have more troops, so that's why he had to use elephants then.
Right, right. Okay. So just to make sure that he would defeat the Mughal army very quickly, what did he do? He launched another attack with the help of elephants.
Elephants.
Okay.
Yes,
Everybody
ma'am.
understood till here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now we'll study more further. All of a sudden, a rumor spread that Mughal Emperor Akbar was himself coming to rescue Mansingh. Okay, so during the battle, when the battle was going on, at that time, what had happened? There was a rumor which was spread. What was the rumor? That
And the rumor was that Mughal Emperor, ma'am, Akbar, he was coming to rescue Mans.
Man Singh. Okay,
In
so
the middle of
in the during the battle itself, this rumor was spread. Okay, when they were fighting in the battle, that the emperor himself is going to is coming to help Man Singh. That means the Mughal army. Now, this instilled a sense of courage among the Mughal troops. So, this rumor, even if they, heard, even if the Mughal army had heard this, they got, courage to face this battle. And what did they do? They surrounded the Maharana's army. At that point, it seemed that Maharana himself would get killed. At this moment, see over here, this is very interesting. At this moment, the Naik of Jhala took the crown off the head of Maharana and put it on his own so as to impersonate Maharana Pratap. And the enemy mistook him as Rana and they killed him. Clear?
ma'am, the Naik of Jhala, ma'am, he wasn't the real prince, ma'am, but when they were
Right.
fighting, he took the crown and was
Yes.
having fun and impersonating Maharana Pratap.
Maharana.
And then the Mughals thought he is Maharana Pratap and killed him.
Yes, and they killed him. Clear? So this is how basically Naik of Jhala, what did he do? He took off the crown of Maharana Pratap and he himself put it on.
But ma'am,
Now,
this was a sacrifice.
and yeah, and the Mughal army who was in the battle, they mistook him. Okay, they misunderstood him as Maharana Pratap and they killed him. Okay, let's see further. Can you scroll down?
Yes, ma'am.
Now let's see what happens. Seizing an opportunity. Now see. Now what is the Mughal army believing that they have killed whom? Maharana Pratap.
They have already killed their enemy.
Maharana Pratap. But in reality, whom they had killed?
They have killed Naik of Jhala.
Correct. They had killed Naik of Jhala. Now, seizing this opportunity, Rana took aim with his spear on Man Singh, who was riding an elephant. The aim, however, missed and the spear pierced the body of Maha out instead. Finding their general in danger, the Mughal army encircled Rana. Okay, so now what did Rana do? See, people over the Mughal army was there. For them they thought that they have killed Rana, but Rana took this as an opportunity. What did he do? He tried to kill the main head of the Mughal army, that is Prince Man Singh. How was he trying to kill him?
Ma'am, by shooting an arrow, ma'am.
Through an arrow. So was he successful in doing that, children?
No, ma'am. He mistook the shoot, ma'am, and then it went into their chief.
Yes. And looking at this situation, what did the Mughal army do now? They started encircling Rana. Okay. When they saw this, that he's trying to kill their own leader, that is Prince Man Singh, and then after that they encircled Rana. Now, the favorite horse of Rana, named as Chetak, took his master out of the battlefield, but as it had sustained injuries, it fell on the ground and died, but not before rescuing his master. The loss of Chetak left Maharana a broken-hearted man. Ultimately, Man Singh won that day for the Mughals, and Gokunda passed under Mughal occupation.
Ma'am, the horse was so loyal, ma'am. Even before he died, he wanted to save his master.
Master, yeah. What was the name of his horse?
Chetak.
Chetak. Okay. So what did he do? Although he had lots of injuries, he still made sure that he took his master to a safer place. And after going passing a particular distance, he was not able to sustain those injuries, and he fell on the ground and he died. But he made sure that his master is safe. So now, who had won this battle? Oh,
Prince Man Singh.
Man Singh won this battle. Okay, but clear?
Yes,
everyone?
ma'am.
Everybody understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am.
Can one person just, summarize the entire battle in a form
Ma'am,
of a
may
story?
I?
Yes, Mariam, go ahead.
Ma'am, the Mughal wanted to capture Chittor, ma'am, which was a part of Mewar, ma'am, but the
Yes.
Rajputs, ma'am, they did not wanted to do that, ma'am.
Yes.
This is why, ma'am, at that time, the Mewar was held by Maharana Uday Singh, and then from Maharana Uday Singh, it went to his son Rana Pratap Singh, and now he was the king of Mewar, ma'am. After that,
correct.
ma'am, so ma'am, when they came to know, the Rajputs came to know that Akbar and all that are coming to take to capture Mewar, ma'am. Even though he had problems in his own family, like his brother was angry because his father chose
He
him
took up
over
the
himself.
leadership. Yes.
Yes, he took up the leadership. So even though they had problems in their own family, ma'am, they still wanted to fight with their enemy.
Yes.
So yes, ma'am, they left their family problems and went to the battle, ma'am. On the other hand, ma'am, Akbar was also worried because he also came to know that they are also planning something, ma'am.
Correct.
So so they made a strategy, ma'am, and they dispatched a very huge royal army, which was bigger than Rana Pratap's army, and the head of their army was Prince Man Singh of Amber and Asaf Ali.
Very good.
And this all happened in April 1576, ma'am. So, ma'am, the Prince Man Singh, ma'am, he started from Mandalghar. Then he went towards the Gogand through the Modi Nagar and made a camp facing the Haldighati, which was located between the Aravali Hills and the Khamnor village on the south bank of the river.
Very good.
So, ma'am, when Maharana Pratap saw that Mughal army was approaching, ma'am, he assembled his armies on a very narrow pass, ma'am. And that pass was so small that even barely two passengers can go, ma'am.
And why did he do that?
Ma'am, he took this geographical advantage so that ma'am, he knew that Akbar's army was really big compared to him. So they will take a lot of time to come through that narrow pass.
Correct.
So, ma'am, while their army was coming through the narrow pass, ma'am, Rana Pratap Singh, ma'am, he launched a very direct and a sudden attack on the Mughal troops. And ma'am, the attack was so sudden, ma'am, they could have taken the advantage, but what happened? Their troops got finished, ma'am, and so then they used elephants instead of troops. And ma'am, and then
a rumor was spread.
Yes, ma'am. A rumor was spread that Mughal, the Akbar was coming and coming there to rescue Man Singh. So, ma'am, in the Mughal army, ma'am, this made a courage to the army that we have to fight right now so that we can win. And this is why, ma'am, they then surrounded Maharana's army. And at that time, when they surrounded Maharana's army, ma'am, they thought that it was Rana Pratap, but it wasn't Rana Pratap. It was Snake of Jhala who took the crown and was pretending to be Maharana Pratap so that they could mistake him and then they could take the opportunity. So, ma'am, they mistook him.
What did the Mughal army do? They actually mistook him.
Yeah, they actually mistook him and then they killed him. But so, ma'am, the Maharana Pratap actually took
this as an opportunity.
Took this as an opportunity, ma'am, and then he went on his spear. He wanted to kill Man Singh, and he also shooted an arrow, but that arrow mistook, and then it went to their general, the Mughal army's general, ma'am. And when the Mughal army found that their general was very weak, they came and surrounded, encircled Rana, ma'am. So, ma'am, at that time when they encircled Rana's favorite horse, who was Chetak, ma'am, even he took his master out of the battlefield so that he could save him. And in the end, he did survive, ma'am, but his horse did not. And at the end, Man Singh took the crown and then he
won the battle.
He won the battle.
Yes. Okay. So see, basically, when the Maharana Pratap was only not there he only left the battlefield. So it was but obvious that Man Singh would win the battle. Clear? The leader only left the battlefield. Clear? Yes, everyone understood? Very good, Mariam. Everyone, please unmute yourself and give her a big round of applause. Very well done.
Thank you, ma'am.
Very nice. Very nice.